question concerns revelations, like divine revelation. What is the nature?
Sorry, what's the question?
You're not interested anyway because you have no questions.
I'm interested in his question.
It's about the nature of revelation. Are there different kinds of revelations, like revelations of musicians or poets or spiritual prophets? So, do they have the same nature, or they are from different stratas, different spheres? So basically, revelation is the message that comes from other sphere that we are dwelling in, that we reside in. Like if you're a fish, then the light of the sun is revelation for you. It's like that. Or like in Middle Ages, if a person picks up a mobile phone, then everything that is there is revelation for him. So revelation basically is a message that comes from something beyond my scope of experience. And this is why there are different revelations for musicians, for poets and artists and painters. And revelation from spiritual world, it is something that comes from any sphere of experience, because we can develop by our efforts, by our tries, we can develop experimental power. Like if you cannot hear good, then by some exercises you can start hearing more and more sounds. So initially for you it would be revelations, but then it will become something ordinary. So we can develop by our efforts. We can develop the art of listening for the messages. But when we relate to spiritual revelation, no matter how hard we try, we cannot penetrate into that sphere unless that reality is willingly opens himself for us. So this is called transcendental revelation. So when we always say that the difference between transcendental reality, or reality of the beautiful, and that reality, the visual reality, is that everything that we experience is the object. We can experience it, we can see, hear when we want, or we can remember. If I take some object, I can remember it when I want, and then I can forget. But as for Krishna, if he doesn't want me to remember him or think of him, I will not be able to do that. So this is why we say he is the subject, not the object. that comes from that sphere is transcendental. And also, I wanted to say that everyone lives in his own or her own world, situation, circumstances. And by different exercises or by different substances, we can change the experience. We can change the way we experience the outside world. And sometimes they call it the trip. They take something and they call it the trip. It's actually this is very exact word, the trip. So you change the state of your mind or the state of your mentality, and then you enter some other parallel or under reality or little upper reality. And so this is called the trip. So when the heroes of that big epic Srimad Bhagavatam say that this is the continuous journey in this world, that is a very exact term, very continuous. I mean, really continuous, because we make trips just even within this lifetime. If we drink something, then we change the vision of reality. Or if we exercise, like if you do yoga, or if you do fasting, then you refine your consciousness, and you can experience some subtle world, like demigods or angels or whoever. If you engross in your experience, then you can experience like lower creatures, like demons or whatever, like lower living entities. You can speak with them. So basically, this is all journey or the trip, and this world consists of many stratas. They call it, they count 8,400,000 stratas of consciousness. And once you little change it, then you are in different strata. If you exercise your mind, you do mental work, or humanitarian work, then you change your consciousness, and you can communicate with scientists or Nobel Prize winners on their language, on their level, right? And if you are low class bully, even if you walk on the same surface, you cannot speak with these noble people, even if you know their words or they know your words, but still you cannot communicate. You live in different world. Or if you completely into the music, so you know all terms, you know how it sounds like, you can speak the same language with all this who live in the same strata. But then you cannot communicate with those who are writers, because they are in different strata. You see? So, and as for revelation, everything that comes to us from different strata, and these stratas, there are 8,400,000 levels of consciousness, conditioned levels, levels of conditioned consciousness. So any message that comes from that is revelation. And if we want, we can learn to communicate with all these living beings. Because all living beings, they leave messages for us. If you drive your car and you see the double line dividing the road, the opposite So this double line, this message of the worker or the planner who made the road, this is his message. It's not written language, but just 2 lines is message for you. Don't cross it. So in this way we can read the messages of the world. If you enter the forest and we see the Christmas trees, so their needles are messages of these creatures. Don't touch us. Right? This is what they say to us. They don't speak English, but this thing is the message. Please don't touch or the rose. It has message. You can drink my nectar to impregnate my counterpart. This is message for the bee. Please come. So the smell is message. These creatures, the roses or flowers, they don't speak our language, but still they just send a message for us. Please take my nectar and bring this nectar to my wife or my husband, and then we have babies. This is the message for the bee, but smelly message. And for us, they have thorns. Please don't pick me up. This is message. So in this way we can read many messages from all living beings. But for Vaishnavas, these messages are not important. We try to listen to the messages of our saints. Yes, of course we read these messages. We don't jump into the river. There's also message, the high altitude. This message for us. Please don't do this. You don't have wings. So don't. And for the eagle, this is message. Oh, this is nice opportunity for you to find your food. And when Sridhar said that the saints, they could speak with the trees, with animals, with many objects, and this is their reality. They could do it because they could see the message and they could answer this message. But for us, it is not much important. Though we can develop that ability, but it's not really important. For us, what is important? The revelation or the message from those living beings, from those souls who penetrated the transcendental or supernatural reality, the beyond of the laws of nature. This is called supernatural. Everything here follows is subject to the laws of nature, but something is beyond it. It is beyond time and space. And some souls or some living entities, they could go beyond these laws of nature, experience that, and bring the message to us. And when we read their books or their verbal messages or whatever, this is very precious. This is very important for us. This is called transcendental revelation. This is called revelation. Actually, this is the message of the Lord. He has, as a simple rose or Christmas tree, the Lord, as any other living being, has a message for us. But to read it, it's not enough to change your consciousness with some liquid or solid substance. It's not enough. The problem is that we can have trips within this scope of reality, this material scope of reality. We can have trips. It's very simple, just to alter your consciousness or your mentality. with some substance, liquid or solid, or gas. Sometimes people sleep with white powder or black powder, or exercise, or with yes. If you stop breathing, then you can even lift you up to the Dhruva lok, or the plane of Prahlada Maharaj, or any other demigods. If you start doing tyagi, or refraining from consumption, at least extra consumption, then reduce your consumption of food, then water, then air. Then you advance to the level of demigods, because demigods, they don't eat gross substance, they don't drink gross water, and they don't breathe air. So you become a demigod-like person, and lift you up to that level. You can communicate with them. Like yogis, they can communicate with Gandharvas and Apsaras and Munis. How? Because they follow austerities. Austerities means to keep yourself away from any gross substance. This is called austerity. With some substance or exercises or some austerities, you can go up and down in this. If you consume a lot, the next life you become animal-like person. You become an animal because you consume, and you engross your senses into the gross material substance, and you become like them, like animals. But you can refine your consciousness. But all these steps you can do by altering your consciousness, not changing. This is the key point. To communicate with the Lord, you have to change your consciousness. But by these exercises of substances, you only alter it a little bit. You still have enjoying mood, but you just alter it. But once you completely reject the hankering for enjoyment, then you not alter, but you change. And then you can communicate with the Lord's pure messenger, or Lord himself. This is the key point. And those who call Vaishnavas, those who came back from that reality, or not back, just came from that reality, we call them gurus, and we follow their orders or their advice. This is like that. Because they are not tied with material conditions. We're all the living entity initially, by nature, from the beginning, the living entity has no idea of time and space. Time and space are just forms of our mentality. It just forms of our mentality. And the meaning of liberation is to get rid of these forms. Time, in our consciousness we have only two types of forms, not thousands and millions, only two types of forms, time and space. Maybe some philosophers say maybe cause and effect also is a form of, Hegel said, it may be also the form of mentality. But I think the cause is not the form of mentality. It's transcendental, something beyond our experience. But time and space just forms, and all our life we get more and more entrapped into these two forms, time and space. More and more with every step we make, we become more and more entrapped into the time and space. And liberation means to get rid of these conditions, time and space. So this is the drama of our life, or I would say tragedy of our life. We can live in this, we can live in reality only in forms of time and space. This is the only way we can survive. But our real life lies beyond time and space. So these are opposite vectors or opposite movements. We can survive only using time and space, but our real life is beyond time and space. So any other doubts maybe, or someone has revelation, wants to stop his devotional life? some threats maybe?
What really happened with the stolen gopis of Lord Brahma? Lord Brahma has stolen the gopis. And Krishna said, I will produce them, and the mothers of the gopis accept them as their own children.
So then what's the question?
What really happened with the souls?
Which souls?
Of the gopis.
Gopas.
Gopis.
Oh. The initial, those who were stolen in the cave, right? This is the question. Because those who were that replaced them, they were all forms of Krishna. There is no question. But those who were stolen and hidden away in the cave, they are beyond time and space. They just, in a second, they just woke up and say, "Oh, Krishna, you're still here." So this was the gap in time, but not for them. They live in yogamaya reality. Is that clear? Nothing happened to them. They just blinked their eyes, and they just closed their eyes and opened. There was no gap. Nothing happened. They closed their eyes, they opened their eyes, and saw Krishna, same Krishna. But for Brahma, a year, for human beings, the whole year passed. But for them, no. You're not satisfied with that.
Brahma thinks he's the real creator. Why?
Because he is. You are also creator, but a smaller one.
But the talent and expertise was given by the Supreme Lord, his master. It was given, he wanted to create, this was his desire, and he was given his desire by the Supreme Lord. And he gave him the ability and the ingredients in order to create whichever planet. There were so many Brahmas, not only one. Many universes.
We are all Brahmas.
Yes, well.
We are Brahmas of our own universe.
Okay, in that respect, that's another view, of course.
But our universe is dependent on Lord Brahma's universe, and his universe depends on Lord Shiva's universe. And Lord Shiva, he is Lord Vishnu awakened. Because the Lord Vishnu, he does not touch the material substance. So he wakes up, and this woken up Vishnu is Shiva, the Lord Mahadev. And basically, we are all small Shivas. We exist in his consciousness, in Lord Shiva's or Mahavishnu's. We are particles of consciousness of Shiva. So, as we continue that subject of traveling through the strata of universe, that all these 8,400,000 levels of consciousness, these are levels of consciousness of Lord Shiva. And he penetrates. This is one of his name is all pervasive. He is pervasive. All these stratas of consciousness. And so we travel up and down, and this graphically depicted as a wheel of samsara. So we go through different levels of consciousness. But the associates of the Lord, they do not take part in these turns of samsara. So you understand what is the difference between Yogamaya and Mahamaya? Yogamaya, it's illusion that covers the Lord. Yeah. So when Krishna says that I'm servant, or I am imprisoned by my devotee. So devotee's heart is so attractive for me that once I go in there, in his heart, I cannot escape. So this is what the Lord says. So Yogamaya is the force of the devotee, and we know her name. So that is the energy of the devotee that keeps Lord's attention constantly concentrated on her. So he is bewildered. Yogamaya is illusion that bewilders the Lord, because in her association he thinks that he's just a small boy, a small Indian boy from Indian village. This is what he thinks. And he really does. When he plays with his friends and he plays with his she friends, he doesn't think he is a master of universe. Otherwise there is no fun. So she keeps him illusioned. She keeps him in illusion. And this is called Yogamaya. And Mahamaya is also her energy, the energy of the person that we know the name. She gives us illusion. So Mahamaya is something that bewilders us, and Yogamaya is something that bewilders him. This is the difference. But the source is the same. It's from her. So this is why we say that she is stronger than him.
By arrangement.
as I would say, she is his invention that has come out of his control. So he made the reality, the beautiful, invented or designed something that he called love. And after time being, that he created that love came out of his control, and now it controls him. So it's just a tale or a fairy tale, just a story that with the heroes that became stronger than the writer. Huh? You didn't hear? It's like a writer makes a story, like Joan Rowling, and after some time, these boys and girls that she wrote took control over her. So this is like that. So Krishna, for a long time he was alone, and then he thought, oh, maybe I invent a story. I will make a story that's called love. And then the main hero of that story became stronger than him, than the writer.
Okay.
So this is what happened. And now and since that time, she's stronger than him. And he can't do anything with her because he was entrapped in her heart.
This was the connection with Sri Mata.
Yes, it is her. So
Otherwise, yes.
this was like a cope, a state cope. The revolution happened. There was a king, and he made someone that took power of him. And so we are devotees of that made person. So also you may say that Yogamaya is a joke that came out of control of a joke. So any other doubts about cults and gopas?
At the same time, he's the only one that can remove Yogamaya and Mahamaya.
He can remove Mahamaya, but not Yogamaya, because he is in her. He is charmed. He who charms everyone is charmed by her, and so she is stronger than him. This is why for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Srimati Radharani is the God. Is the God. And you remember that story with Saraswati Thakur. One sannyasi came from Parikrama to him and said, "Why, Guruji, why you say that our position is unique? I saw many other Vaishnavas that chant Radhe Radhe in Vrindavan." And he said, they chant the name of Radha because Krishna, she is associate of Krishna, because she is devotee of Krishna, and we chant his name because he is devotee of her. Like that.
Is Krishna the only one that can remove Mahamaya?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, because Mahamaya is the blocking agent that does not allow us to see the truth. It's like in Vedas, Krishna is compared with the sun, and Maya is compared with the cloud. We cannot remove the cloud, only the sun evaporates it with his rays. So technically Mahamaya or Maya is everything that not Krishna. That means that deception is everything that is not truth. Everything. And when we say, "Oh Prabhu," or "Didi, you are in Maya," that means that you don't see things in connection with Krishna. This is the meaning of being in Maya. Everything is connected with the supreme cause or primal cause. Everything is connected. But when we don't see this connection, this is called being in illusion. Being in illusion means that, again, everything is connected, but how is connected? Everything that exists is meant to be in Krishna's service. This is the meaning of everything. If something has not this purpose, then it wouldn't exist. It's like in King's palace, every single thing is meant for his service. If something is not for his service, then it wouldn't be in his palace. It would be an unnecessary thing, and he wouldn't keep it. So everything that is belongs to him or has a purpose to serve him. But when we see something that has purpose to serve me, that is called being. That is called not to see the connection with the real proprietor, and we call it being in Maya, because I see something and I don't see the connection with the Lord, and I see that this is connected to me. So this is called being in Maya.
What's the secret of Lord Bhadaraya, who gives as the Vyasadeva the script inside this Kali Yuga?
Again?
Bhadaraya, the Vyasadeva. He has given.
How it's connected to what I just talked
And he has given inside this Kali Yuga the knowledge, the spiritual knowledge.
Yes.
How?
To whom? To Badaraya. You mean Vyasa, Badaraya and Vyasa? How he revealed himself through Narada Muni. Narada was his spiritual master. Narada is the universal traveler. We know from Vedas and Mahabharata that he appears suddenly and gives some message, like the message to Kamsa. You will be killed by the 8th son of your sister. So Narayana appears from nowhere, gives some message and disappears. In this way, he just appeared in refuge in ashram of Badaraya and said that whatever you wrote before, you've written before, has no meaning. It's just useless. You just waste the paper. Unless you attach your writings to the absolute beauty, to the purpose of a living being, of every living being, it has no meaning. Whatever wisdom you have for the people, it's nothing. There's no any value. He said, you gave the methods and goals for human beings, like to follow the Dharma in order to become liberated, to obtain freedom. This is what Vedas all about, compiled by different sages and finally arranged by Vyasa. So Vyasa said, you have to experience fully sense enjoyment, then follow Dharma, then what else? Kama, Artha, then become enriched with material things, and then when you are oversatisfied, then you will reject everything. So this is your purpose. You may gain riches, you may be famous, you may satisfy your senses, but everything is subject to one goal: become liberated. This is what he said in Holy Scriptures. And Vyasa said yes, and then Narada said, but freedom is nothing. Freedom is worse than the lowest hellish planet, because freedom means you're alone. Freedom means you have no connection. In other words, you have no relations. So just think it over. What you propose to human beings to become the goal that you made for them, to become alone. And Vyasa become in Bhagavatam in the beginning says Vyasa become very frustrated. He was sitting very frustrated because he had done a big literary job, and this is for vain. It was all for vain. And Narada said, no, if you connect everything that you had written before with the reality, the beautiful, or Krishna, the beautiful Lord, then everything will have meaning. Every single activity from now on will have meaning. If you say that the liberation is the highest purpose of life, it's all right. Liberation for what? You become if you struggle for liberation to gain love and devotion, then liberation
gives it a purpose.
Yeah, then it gives the purpose to conception of liberation. But liberation itself has no
value.
No value, no meaning. There is no purpose. And then Narada Muni took it as a revelation, and then he rewrote Vedas. So then he wrote what we call the summary of Vedas. We call it Bhagavata Purana or Srimata Bhagavata. And we also say that Bhagavata are of two types, Bhagavatas. Living person and scripture. And both of them are messengers. Person speaks Bhagavata or deliver the message of the Bhagavata. And the Bhagavata, they're all equal. Any other explanations? Because obviously there is no questions on the explanations. Yeah.
есть утверждение, что Лакшми это то же самое, что Дурга, а Дурга то же самое, что Кали. Где здесь подвох, Махараш? Это же как было...
So the question is there's a statement that Lakshmi and Durga are the same person.
Yeah.
Lakshmi, Durga, Kali,
Радхарани.
and Radharani.
То есть Радхарани и Кали это то же самое?
Yes, but different faces. It's like your mother. Your mother is a threatening person for a mice, and for you, she is loving person. But this is the same person. So for those who want to take the property of her beloved one, she is furious. If you want to use Krishna's property for your own self, she comes to you in form of Kali, Durga, or death. But if you want to serve her Lord, your husband, then she is very helpful and very merciful and loving friend and leader. But of course, she is the same person. Krishna says he has three kinds of energies. His own internal abode, then external abode, and intersection, the thin plane or thin layer of in between of them. So Mahamaya, she is, or Durga, she is external energy. But energy is of Krishna, of course. And Yogamaya also his energy. The difference is that Yogamaya controls Krishna. So this is the same energy, and that portion that he controls is called Mahamaya. And that portion of his energy that he cannot control, but vice versa, that portion controls him, is called Yogamaya. It's like a wife. Sometimes, in some moments, you can control your wife. And sometimes you cannot. So when you control your wife, she is Mahamaya. She is obedient. But when you cannot, when she is furious, throw plates,
Knives.
knives, and this is called Yogamaya because she controls you. So same Krishna.
You were saying, going back into the Yogamaya and the Mahamaya, like when he was saying about the Gopas, you said they for them that didn't mean anything because they weren't under the influence of illusion, right? For them, it's like they opened their eyes, closed their eyes, and opened their eyes, and Krishna was there, everything was the same. But at the same time, they were in this plane with Krishna, and Krishna was under the illusion of Yogamaya. He was believing he was this boy in Vrindavan, and also them, right?
Krishna is completely under the influence of Yogamaya when there is no other devotees, only her, only only Srimati Radharani. In all other places, if you read all books about Krishna, Krishna is never alone. Never alone. If he plays with his friends, Gopa friends, there are many. If he is with his parents, there are two, and then elder gopis, then demons, then Kurukshetra, Battle of Kurukshetra, then his 16,000 wives in Dwarka, in Mathura. But he is not alone. And only one time he is alone, but we don't know. But because this is very hidden treasure of Sweet Absolute. When he disappears. When gopis become proud of having Krishna, then he disappears. And they start searching for him, searching for Krishna reality, the beautiful. They start searching for him, and by some hints, by some symptoms, they could see, oh, he's not alone. He is with someone. But when they are two there, beyond, then we don't know. But he is under her influence. So, so this is why we say Swayam Bhagavan only with her, and no other spectators, no other associates. By the way, he is always with her. So Swayam Bhagavan, and any other form of Krishna is Vaibhava Prakash, whatever they say, like 4 types. Vaibhava Prakash, Vaibhava Vilasa Prakash, this technical form. So when he is with other gopis, he is, let's say, Vaibhava. Then when he is with his parents, this is another his form. Then when he is with enemies of demons, this is another form, and with all others, this is fourth form of him. So he is never, and all. So he is always with her, but when we see he is with other gopis or other devotees or with demons or whoever, this is extension of her.
Can that be relayed to the position of the pure Vaishnava?
What do you mean?
Like the
Pure Vaishnava is only her. She is pure Vaishnava. And she takes some forms as a guru or as a different qualities of herself. It's like she explodes in different quality, like in 16,108 qualities, and all of her qualities become Krishna's wives. So, but when we combine them all together, that is her. I mean, if we combine everything, then this is her. So she is very expert counterpart of the Lord. Otherwise, she wouldn't control him. So what are her expertise as a really expert woman? She thinks, oh, maybe Krishna is tired of me. Maybe he's bored with me. So she makes many other diversions of her. So Krishna becomes like a man who wants sometimes to take a break. So when she noticed, he wants to take break of our conjugal life. So she makes many of herself, and he thinks he goes astray. But actually, it's all her forms. This is called Yoga Maya. She makes him being an illusion. This is her devotion. And he as a good person, good husband or partner, she fully trusts her. This is the meaning of love, full trust. And like if you are an owner of big company, and you tells your director or board of directors, okay, I go to have vacation for 1-2 years. Just don't call me, don't bother me. I just want to take a break. And in this world, when he comes back, then the company belongs to someone else. Yeah. But this is not the case with him and her. She is so devoted to him that he may go astray for millions of years and comes back, and still everything belongs to him. This whole company, which is called the being, or universe, everything, the existence. This is his company, and he is the only owner of that company. The company is called The Existence Limited. The Existence. And in any other case, in case of any other god, if he would go away and comes back, then he loses his ownership. But because he is so beautiful, reality the beautiful, that she cannot sell it to anyone. She cannot take it because she thinks, well, when he comes back, what would I tell him? So she is so loyal to him. This is why he never leaves her. He thinks, well, I may go away, but she's so devoted to me, why I should go? So they are so tied to each other. This is why when Ramananda Roy spoke with Mahaprabhu, finally he said, now Ramananda Roy represents Srimati Radharani. So when finally he said, now I don't understand who of us holds the part of male or female. We are so intermingled that I don't understand who is the predominant and predominating. Oh, right? Predominant?
The predominator or the predominant one?
Yeah. Who of us? This is called. Actually, this was the last part of the conversation is discussion of him, of the Lord and Srimati Radharani. So we may say that when they left the gopis, the Rasa Leela, they left him and her. They spoke some. Of course, they were not silent. They didn't keep silent. They spoke. And what they speak about? They speak about that Ramananda Roy and Mahaprabhu's. This is what they speak there. Because all devotees, these gopis, they all they were wondering, okay, they left, but what are they doing there? They left us, but what are they doing there? And we know what they were doing. They became Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy and spoke. And Sridhar Maharaj says that in this Goloka Vrindavan, there is a portion of Mahaprabhu. I guess this Leela of Mahaprabhu, this Leela with his close devotees in Puri, this Leela happens nowhere else than in Goloka Vrindavan, in forest of Vrindavan. You remember Sridhar Maharaj said that in that plain, highest plain, Mahaprabhu lives along with Krishna and Radharani. It's not like somewhere else. It's there. And we know that in our mat, the logo and the picture of our mat, the motto from that the Lord holds the Govardhan hill in his devotees, and then the line, division line, and then Mahaprabhu with his Vrindanga, with his Sankirtana party. So they are the same place, same plane. It's clear?